Hey, this is Rob Hull for Nerds in a Bar, and I'm here at the Toy Fair 2019 Diamond Showroom with the one and only Zach Oat, who looks resplendent in purple today. So, Zach, let's see what you got for 2019.
Sure, all right. Here are our Legends in 3D resin busts. We're showing off Black Panther for the first time, but most of these have been seen before. Spider-Man and Captain America, we haven't even offered to retailers yet, but we're cruising along with Iron Man and Spider-Gwen and Rorschach and Animal and Jack Sparrow. We got a lot of different characters in this line, and you'll see some more as we go throughout the showroom. Down here you can see a couple of our Honey Trap statues. These are developed by Gentle Giant Studios. Junior we've shown before, but the Russian we're showing for the very first time. These are a slightly higher price point, about $700. The busts, the Legends in 3D busts, are about $150. To the right, we've got our Premiere collection from Marvel. Top shelf, we've seen most of these before. On the end, Godzilla, Ghost Rider, I think we've only shown at New York Comic Con. But down here, we've got an Iceman that we're showing off for the very first time here at the show.
Wow, that's beautiful, Zach.
Yeah, that came out really great. It's been getting a lot of comments from people.
Yeah. Iceman's always been one of my favorite X-Men characters.
I've always wondered if he's supposed to be completely translucent, or if he's made of solid ice, or if he's or if he has like an ice coating over him. But I guess now we know the answer. Down here, we've got a couple other new busts. We've got Carnage, and we've got Green Goblin over there. Both of those are new. We've seen the Kitty Pryde and the Daredevil. It's a great partnership. It's fun.
Okay.
Now to the right, we've got some of our Marvel Gallery PVCs. We've got a couple of ones we've shown before, Black Cat and Spider-Man. These are actually production samples of these. Punisher, and then we're showing off Goblin Queen for the very first time.
Awesome. This
Beast down here is brand new. We're showing him for the first time as well. And we've previously shown him, but we're about to solicit Mr. Sinister, who's been getting a really strong response from people.
Very cool.
People love that green smoky effect at the bottom. And of course, he's next to our Gallery PVCs based on the Spider-Man video game.
That's now these are PS4?
Yeah, the PS4 game.
Yep.
Now these are all Gallery PVCs, which means they're made out of plastic, which means the suggested retail price is about $50. Right, so
very
it's
affordable.
Easier on the pocket, and also they're more durable, but they still have the same
extremely detailed.
Yeah, same detail and paint quality as a resin statue.
Fantastic. All right.
Over here, we're showing off Proxima Midnight for the first time. You can see her next to the other members of the Black Order. Cull Obsidian will be coming next, but right now we got Corvus Glaive and we've got Ebony Maw. And then down here you can see our Captain Marvel shelf. We're showing off the select action figure for the very first time.
Looking good. You got Mini-Mates?
Yeah, it was a Mini-Mates. This is a box set that's going to be coming out this spring. We'll also have 2 packs at Walgreens with different characters. And then the Captain Marvel PVC statue.
Great.
The Gallery PVC diorama.
Okay.
And down here we have some items from Gentle Giant. Some of the animated style statues based on Scotty Young artwork. And also some resin busts. Ghost Rider, Carnage, and Cable.
Love the Ghost Rider. Okay. Back up top.
Up top, we've shown a lot of these PVCs before. Okoye and Black Panther. We've sent out images of them before. That's our Mark 50 unmasked Mark 50 Iron Man. We're going to do a masked version also. And the Hulkbuster. And then down below, you can see our newest Marvel Select action figures.
The Hulkbuster, that's a Marvel Select? Or is that...
No. That's a Marvel Gallery. Okay. That's the PVC.
Gotcha. Okay.
Then down below we've got our
Marvel Select. Okay.
Marvel Select. Sandman we're showing off for the first time. He comes with interchangeable legs and sand tower, as well as mace hands and claw hands, stuff like that.
Excellent. Okay. Sound like I think I saw some pictures of her sent.
Yes, we sent out some pictures recently. I tried to put her in a different pose here. And this Rogue is actually a production sample of Rogue. So this is what she's going to look like, final version.
Yeah, she looks great. Okay.
Down here, we've got some of our mini lunch boxes. These are tiny tin pocket pails.
Are these going to be in blind bag or blind box form?
I'm not sure. I believe so, but I actually don't know. It includes it includes a miniature eraser inside shaped like a thermos. So that's pretty
That's
cool.
great. That's
but
beautiful.
these are all based on the Marvel comic characters, and we're going to do some based on Star Wars as well.
Nice. Very nice.
Very cool.
Kids love this. Adults love this. They can put it on their desks at work.
Yeah, absolutely. Marvel Mini-Mates, we've shown off Series 77 before with all the Spider-Man villains. If you buy all 4 2-packs, then you get to build the Spider Slayer, who's up there in the middle with a J. Jonah Jameson face. And over there is Series 78, and that's all based on X Factor. Classic 80s X Factor and 1990s X Factor.
Beautiful.
And if you buy all 4 2-packs, you can build Strong Guy, who's up there on the pedestal.
Guy, right?
Strong Guy, yep.
Yeah.
Guido.
Guido. That's it. Guido.
Carosella or something like
Right.
that. I've been getting a lot of good response to the Bruce Lee here. We've shown off this PVC diorama before. This is the water version.
Right.
And then the next version we're showing off for the very first time with the kick. I haven't named that one yet. I got to look into some good Bruce Lee quotes that would describe what we're talking about there.
So this one's Be Like Water.
Be like water. There's
Be
a whole
like
quote
water.
about how water can flow or it can crash.
I actually have a
you know.
hat pin of that.
Yeah?
Is it on this? No, it's on the other.
Be water, my friend. Is
Be
the
water, my
line.
friend.
And so,
Exactly.
so with the flowing arm movements and the blue effect, we thought that would be a good name for that statue. But now that we've come up with such a great name for the statue, now we got to come up with great names for all the other statues too. So
Absolutely. We can help with that.
these are our Vinnie-Mates vinyl figures based on his looks throughout the years.
Both sizes.
Well, the 4-inch Vinnie-Mates, definitely they have articulated heads, but the rest of the body is static. And these are our Mini-Mates, which are fully articulated, and they have interchangeable parts. You can show them in different modes. You can have him in the shirtless or wearing the blue shirt. When they take off this blue jacket, he's got a tank top on underneath. So there's lots of different ways you can display them.
Can you tell us if there's any going forward with this line for like Enter the Dragon or Return of the Dragon with the accessory characters?
Well, no,
secondary
our
characters?
license is with the Bruce Lee family for Bruce Lee's
Only.
image. Yes.
Okay.
So we don't actually have a Enter the Dragon license, for instance. It's a
Got it.
Bruce
It's
Lee
just
license.
Bruce Lee
so
images.
so we can show him however he's looked throughout his career.
Very good.
But no secondary characters.
Just Bruce Lee in his garb.
Yes.
Excellent.
And these are the fully articulated action figures. Series 1 is going to be the yellow. Series 2 is going to be the shirtless one. And these are the most articulated select figures we've ever done. Depending on how you count articulation, it's about 24 or 28 points.
And these would be available at
comic shops and
comic
specialty
shops and
stores.
specialty
I'm not
stores.
sure if any other chains are going to be carrying them, but definitely comic shops and specialty stores. Suggested retail price of about $30.
And there will be some exclusives?
I don't know about exclusives yet. Right now, we just have the 2 regular releases scheduled, but we'll see if any variants make sense. Maybe there's an exclusive here or there we could do.
Very good. Maybe a footprint on the chest of the yellow costume.
There you go. These are our D-forms. They're the super cute PVCs. They come blind boxed. There are about 7 different designs, and there are about 12 in a case, so it's about 2 of each, except for 2 rare ones that are 1 per case. So if you buy a whole case, then you get a full set.
Very good. And on the bottom here, this beautiful
Yes.
80th anniversary.
80th anniversary statue. It's one of our milestone statues, which means it's about a $300 price point.
Nice. And is it resin or is it...
Resin.
It is resin.
Resin, yeah.
It's a beautiful piece. And this is finished product?
No, this is still a prototype.
I just saw it now.
Yeah, still pending approval. Not 100% final yet.
Continuing forward
Over
with
here.
Cthulhu.
Yep, Cthulhu, the Gallery PVC right there, sculpted by Eli Livingston based on the classic H.P. Lovecraft stories.
I believe we talked about this at Nerds in a Bar, right?
Oh, yeah? This is him emerging from his temple city. Very, very cool piece. I became a fan of the Cthulhu stories when I found out we were getting the license and started reading some H.P. Lovecraft, and I'm a big fan now.
Somebody said something about there being a possibility of a movie or something coming out.
Well, that'd be fantastic. There's been so
Something in the
many
works.
movies inspired by H.P. Lovecraft, but in terms of ones that actually like
Feature.
star Cthulhu, I haven't heard too much about that. But he's become more and more of a household name over the years, especially when it comes to collectibles. And that's the Predator right there. That's our first Gallery PVC diorama from Predator,
Very cool.
based on the original movie, obviously.
So this is the first of something maybe more to come?
Yeah, well, if it does well, then we'll definitely do some more gallery pieces.
Nice.
I think we definitely have plans for a City Hunter from the second movie.
Beautiful.
But we'll see how this one does.
And then as we
Down
slide on
below,
down
we've
below,
got our Westworld action figures. This is the first series with Dolores and the Man in Black and Anthony Hopkins' character. And I think they really nailed the likenesses on these. The Ed Harris and the Anthony Hopkins are really great. And, of course, Ed Harris comes with his hat.
I'm not into the series yet. I wanted to wait so I could binge it. Can you tell me, is the Ed Harris character representative of the Yul Brynner character? Is that because I'm not following it yet?
He's actually one of the few humans in the series.
Oh, okay.
From everything we know about the series, they like to throw curveballs at you.
Gotcha.
But
Okay.
he's one of the few humans. Although he's certainly a force of darkness in the series. So
Right.
he could very well stand in for Yul Brynner, except that he is. You don't know for a little while what his story is, but by the end of season 1, you know exactly who he is and why he's doing what he does.
Gotcha. All right. So no more spoilers for me, please.
No.
Okay.
It's a very interesting series, and series 2 gets even more
Intricate.
and involved. So down here we've got our electronic Forbidden Planet Robbie the Robot
Beautiful.
figure. It's still a prototype, doesn't work right now, but
Okay.
just like our Lost in Space B9 robot, which had
Yeah.
lights and sounds and dialogue, so that'll have this too. Iron Giant. This is our Legends in 3 Dimensions half scale bust. I put quotes around half scale. It's it's same scale as our half scale bust, but obviously it's the Iron Giant, so it's probably something like a 100th scale bust.
I'm glad you got this license and they're bringing him back, because for a while there wasn't much product out there on the marketplace.
No. A couple people have done some different things, but we've done some Vinimates, and we did some Minimates, and now we're doing the bust. And we've got an action figure over here. This is a about 12-inch action figure. It's going to come. It's fully posable. It comes with interchangeable parts, so it'll have the good guy hands and head, and the bad guy hands and head, and also the S shield, and also a little Hogarth Hughes. So I'm very excited about this. I saw the movie in '99, cried by myself in the theater. So I'm very excited to get a nice, cool, posable Iron Giant. Castlevania is a new anime series on Netflix. I say new, but just finished its 2nd season, and there's a 3rd season on the way this year. And we're doing a PVC diorama of Trevor Belmont, which you can see right there. And over here, it's a Legends in 3 Dimensions half-scale bust of Alucard, who is Dracula's son. And then down below, you can see our select action figures. Sci-fi Belnades on the left there.
It's fun.
Who is a pyrokinetic and can throw fire, and that is Trevor Belmont, and he's a vampire hunter, and he comes with a ton of weapons. And then on the end, you've got Alucard, Dracula's son. He comes with his sword and scabbard.
Those are beautiful figures.
Oh, thank you.
When we talked about this in October, like at the Nerds in a Bar, we were just very briefly able to touch on it because you had just signed the license. But
yeah, I didn't know too much back then.
The turnaround now, and to see what you've produced, they're really stunning.
And they really nailed the style too. I mean, it's such a
whip.
distinctive anime style.
I love
really,
the Morningstar
really
whip on Trevor.
Yeah, they did. The weapons are fantastic.
And I love that's always what I picture Alucard looking like all the way back from from Castlevania 3 and through to Symphony of the Night. That's always what I've pictured him looking like.
Excellent.
So that's really spot on. It's super nailed that.
Down below, you can see some of our Godzilla items. These are Gallery PVC dioramas, and while they display very nicely on their own, Godzilla and King Ghidorah there, you can also remove one of Ghidorah's heads and connect them together to form a larger diorama where Ghidorah's heads are kind of curling around Godzilla. It's inspired by an old classic movie poster, and we're going to do more like that, collect and connect dioramas of various movie posters from the classic Godzilla era. And we're also doing these awesome 4-inch Vinimates, inspired by the Minimate style. They have little spherical hands, inspired by the Minimate style, and but otherwise they're just really cool vinyl figures of Godzilla and Mechagodzilla.
Pieces like that, like those big monster pieces with the disaster bases, have to be just so much fun to do.
Oh yeah, I mean they're fun for me to look at, but I can't even imagine what the sculptor goes through to capture the roll of every wave. It's got to be an exercise in patience to sculpt every single wave, every single toss of water in a giant aquatic diorama like that.
I always think your statue bases and your dioramas are just so incredible.
Oh, thank you, man. Up here we got John Wick. We've got the new Minimates box set. With John Wick and the Commons character and Lawrence Fishburne's character and Ian McShane's character, and also his new dog from the second movie. I don't know if we have a set planned on the first movie, but this is all inspired by the second one. This diorama is based on the second movie. It's him in the catacombs, being chased away from the party in the caves underneath Italy. Then we've got our first select action figure based on the first movie. He comes with his dog, the dog that he has in the first movie, and unfortunately loses in the first movie. Not a spoiler, that's really what provokes everything that follows. And then we've got a figure from the second movie, which comes with a bunch of weapons and also his new dog.
Which is noticeably angrier.
Yes. a little harder to put down. And to the right there, you can see our Gallery PVC diorama. This is actually our second Gallery PVC. This will come out before the one you just saw, but it'll come out after one based on the second movie where he is at the party in Italy, and he's walking with his gun at his side. So that piece will come out very soon.
Quick question for you, Zach, on the John Wick stuff. Did you have to deal with him directly?
Yes, he has approval on all likeness products, so he'll approve every product that we put out for this.
Very good.
I would imagine he's really, really happy.
Oh, I hope so. I hope so, definitely. Sonic the Hedgehog, we're getting a lot of positive response to this. These are actually dioramas you'll be able to buy. Each one will come with 2 minifigures. These are a little bit bigger than actual size. They're going to be about 35% smaller, but each diorama will come with 2 minifigures, and it'll cost about $17.
I love the details.
The rings come off.
I don't know if the rings are removable or if they stay there. That'd be cool if they did come off, but they will definitely kind of fit in next to each other, so you can have like two dioramas next to each other and form like a larger diorama. This is the 2 up here on this shelf are Series 1, and the 2 on the bottom are Series 2.
Oh, so they'll connect.
Well, yeah, they may not interlock, specifically, but you can have them lined up next to each other
yeah.
and have the tracks continue and form a larger greenway, I think is what the name of that type
Green
of...
Hill Zone.
The Green Hill Zone, that's right. I always get that confused.
I love the bonus
ring.
ring.
A racetrack, but that's not accurate.
I love the bonus ring.
Yeah,
that's
pretty
really
great.
cool.
This is a PVC diorama of him in a car from the racing game. So that'll be like our other PVC galleries. And then down here we have a vinyl bank of him rolled up into a ball.
That's really cool. I love that bank. My favorite part of the showroom.
Yes, Rob is very excited. We're at the Kingdom Hearts section. Go ahead.
Has any thought been given to taking Sonic in that pose and making it into an actual rubber or squeeze ball toy?
I don't know if we have the license for sports equipment, which I think is what that would probably fall under, but that would be pretty cool. Somebody should definitely take that and run with it, no pun intended.
What about a stress relief ball?
Stress relief ball, again, that would be a fantastic idea. I would buy 2, definitely, 1 for each hand.
Can I just say before we get started with this, this year your ambition with the Keyblades for these figures has been astonishing.
Oh, it's not our ambition. It's Square's ambition. But they're definitely very elaborate. The one from Hercules World, I can't remember what it's called. It's called the Hero's Journey Blade or something like that. I forget, but this is one of the more elaborate Keyblades we've done for sure.
And then
they've done.
Yeah.
And then I think the other one is called the Favorite Deputy or something like that.
Favorite Deputy.
And it's a combination of Buzz Lightyear and I think there's a little bit of clay on the back, but Buzz Lightyear and Woody.
And Woody, yeah,
so
with the alien on the bottom.
Oh, I didn't even notice the little alien on the bottom. That's fantastic. So. That's those are both very cool, but they come with characters with different Soras. The yellow Sora, I forget what this is. If this is they call him Master Form in the sequel.
It's Guardian Form.
Guardian Form. And then we've got Toy Story version. You know what the blue form is called?
The blue form from the second game.
Yeah, the third game.
Oh, I think it's second form.
Okay, second form. Okay. And then Toy Story versus of Goofy and Donald. Those 3 are in Series 3. It's not a complete Series 3, and this isn't even a complete Series 2. Hercules will come with a
I was going to say, I hadn't seen the blue Sora in the preview that you guys put out.
That's Series 3 over there. Series 2, you got Guardian Form with an Air Soldier. I think you have Toy Story Form with an Air Soldier, and Hercules comes with a Dusk.
Yep.
With the big creepy Dusk. It'll be slightly different paint applications than the previous Dusk we released.
We also didn't mention the Maleficent and the...
yes, and this is Series 1 right here.
The regular Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora.
And Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora with the Shooting Star Keyblade. And
again, that Maleficent that Maleficent figure, one of the most beautiful things I have ever seen
I
in
can't
this
wait
showroom.
to play with it and see what her arms can actually do. I'm hoping that she can get them down by her sides, but it's tough when with the sculpted
I know
material.
that they go out in front of her body because that is one of the pictures you guys put out. Is that she can hold them out in front of her.
Okay, great. She's kind of holding them out in front of her right there. So whether or not they can go down to her sides, I'm very, very interested to see what she's doing. This is a new. We've shown this Legends in 3 Dimensions bust, the half-scale bust, but we have not shown this PVC diorama of Toy Story Donald.
Yeah, I'm loving the inclusion of the other Disney figures from the other worlds. This game has such the new game has such a diverse collection of worlds that allow for some really interesting designs of characters and stuff.
Yeah, no, definitely. In fact, a lot of those worlds are on display down in our Mini-Mates assortment, down on the bottom shelf. Series 3 we showed off with Maleficent and Mickey, and Wreck-It Ralph and Sora, Toy Story Sora, and also Jack and Pirate Donald, Jack Sparrow and Pirate Donald. But we've also got the Monsters Inc. world with Mike Wazowski and Monster Goofy. We got Baymax from the Big Hero 6 world with Sora. And we've got Pirate Sora, which is awesome. I love Pirate Sora because he's got the very elaborate pirate keyblade. I forget what that one's called.
Cool.
And he comes with Elizabeth Swan. So
Now,
a lot of different worlds represented.
Are there any ideas you can speak of for Riku or Kairi? Because I know people have.
We have a
been
Kairi
asking.
prototype. I don't know if we have one from the 3rd game, but we have one I think based on the 2nd game. So we'll see if we get to do her. We're going to go back to some Kingdom Hearts 2 stuff after we do a few waves of Kingdom Hearts 3. So there will be more figures from the older games as well.
Yeah, I know everybody that I know who has collected these figures and is playing the game is hoping you guys do the Monsters Inc. world, and because the looks for the 3 mains in that world are so different.
Yeah.
Than Donald has just one eye and.
I think if you like the action figures we're doing and you like the Monsters Inc. world, then I think you'll be very happy with what's coming up.
I know I can't wait to see if you guys can tackle a Pirate Sora. I cannot wait to see what that figure
That
looks
would be
like.
fantastic. I don't know if he's in the works, but I know we're going to do some Monsters Inc. stuff, definitely.
Yeah, I've loved that line.
So this is our DC section. We've shown a lot of these before, Wonder Woman and Green Arrow. We haven't solicited them, but we did have them on display at shows. Batwoman and Flash we have solicited here. Darkseid we have not solicited yet. He'll have an interchangeable head with some glowing eyes. These are a couple of new animated style busts that we're doing.
I like that. Now that you're doing the Deathstroke, and I see that in the mask, he's got both of his eyes.
Yes, this version of Deathstroke is from, I believe, Beware the Batman. It's got a different base than the other ones that are Batman the Animated Series inspired, like Mad Hatter. You'll notice their bases are different. So all the Batman the Animated Series busts have that base, whereas that's a Beware the Batman bust. The first Beware the Batman bust we've done, so it's the only one that we have like that so far.
Wow, very cool.
We had a different base for Batman Beyond.
Right.
We had a different base for Superman.
Yep.
So.
And then different ones for the 66 series.
Yes, 66 series definitely.
Each one is unique to their own show.
Yes,
which is really
unique
nice, and I
bases.
love how you do that, keeping all the pieces pulled together just by the base alone.
Yes. We've shown Supergirl and Batgirl, but this is actually a production sample, I think, of both, so she came out really great. This is one of my favorite pieces we've done so far.
Very nicely done. I like the Batgirl, the new Batgirl they brought into the comic series now.
Yeah.
And you guys are staying very true to the colors of the show, which is really nice. From 66, the comic book art just ties it all in very nicely.
Great, thank you. This is one of our deluxes. This is 2 figures instead of 1, so it's going to be a little bit more expensive. It'll be $70 instead of $50, but it's still a really nice piece. This is a new one we're showing at the show for the first time. This is the Killing Joke Joker. This is sculpted by Gene St. Jean.
How is Gene doing these days?
Gene's doing just fine. He was here helping us set up a couple of days ago.
Very cool.
And we're
gonna
doing
get
some
him.
interviews for our 20th anniversary.
Oh, very good. You guys are doing 20 years now?
Yeah, it's 20 years of DST
That's
at this
amazing.
show, actually.
Yeah, this is my 20th year too at the show.
Yeah?
I'm as old as you guys.
Only 20? You're only
I
20?
wish,
That's
I
great.
wish.
You've been coming since you were a baby.
Just trying to slide that by.
The Atom is new. It comes with the actual size. He's holding an actual size pencil and is standing on an actual size notebook there. we've shown the Dark Knight Rises Batman, Dark Knight Batman, and Dark Knight Rises Catwoman. We've shown them before, but the Suicide Squad Harley Quinn is new, and the Justice League Wonder Woman is a new addition. We did a previous one where she was sliding on her knees and with a swinging her sword.
And I love the third one in that lineup. I'm not going to say anything yet till he gets to it, but the likeness is beautiful, spot on for the
movie.
For the movie character,
yeah. The Zachary Levi Shazam came out really great.
And you
It's
worked
really
with
great.
him?
Yeah, he has all likeness approval, and we're going to do some more. We're going to do some more promotional stuff with this piece connected to him. So that's great. And then on the end there, we've got the Ruby Rose TV Batwoman,
Which is awesome.
I think we're showing for the first time.
That's great. In terms of the going back here to the Dark Knight, you started saying it's a two-piece statue?
Well, not a two-piece, but because it's got multiple figures in it, then we have to charge more just because
the price
the
point.
cost. Yeah, the cost
extra
goes up.
figure.
Yeah, painting
But-
two figures instead of painting one figure.
I like how they
It's more
took
plastic also.
Right, but I love how you took, the original classic pose of Batman and the original Robin and put them in that pose almost. It's very unique, and it's almost a staple in the Batman compendium.
Yeah, when I first saw it, I was thinking that it was referencing an actual image from the comics, but now
doesn't.
But it doesn't. It's wholly made up. But it looks like it should. It looks like it came right from the comic.
Exactly.
Down on the bottom shelf, we've got a few more Gallery PVCs that we've shown before. Batman there. We're going to solicit him for the we showed him a year ago at New York Toy Fair, but we're going to solicit him for the very first time later on this month. So you'll finally be able to pre-order him. And that's actually a production sample. So this actually looks really great. That's what he's going to look like. It's not a prototype. Our prototype would be in much worse shape after traveling around the country for a year. Deathstroke, we haven't solicited yet, but hopefully very soon we'll be able to pre-order him. And then these three are all up for pre-order now from Dark Knight's Metal, the Dawnbreaker, the Drowned, and the Red Death. Evil Batman from the Dark Multiverse. And over here we've got all of our DC Vinimates. We've got Series 5 there with Shazam, Aquaman, and Darkseid. Series 6 with the Batman Who Laughs, Batman Damned, and Batman White Knight. We've got two new ones from the classic Batman movies, Batman and Batman Returns from 89 and 91. Batman and Catwoman right there. We've got a Shazam from the new Shazam movie. And we've also got 3 Vinimates from the Dark Knight trilogy, including a Heath Ledger Joker back there. This is our new Nightmare Before Christmas section. We've previously shown the half-scale resin bust there, which is part of our Legends in 3D line. And then we've got our cloth doll. And we've got a PVC, reproduction of an old John Planning PVC of Jack and his sleigh with his reindeer. And then we've got our deforms, which are these super cute, super deformed chibi-style figurines, like the Bruce Lee ones. They'll come boxed in blind boxes, 7 in the assortment, 12 in the case. So if you buy a case, you get all of them, but some are more rare than others.
Zach, this is one of your oldest licensed lines, right? The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yes. If you look down here, we're showing off Series 7 of our action figures, along with Series 8 and Series 9 and Series 10. All mostly new characters we've never done before. A couple new Jacks, but mostly all new. And if you buy all 3 figures in Series 7, or all 3 sets, and all 3 sets in Series 8, then you can build this gigantic guillotine diorama, which is a great diorama for any figure line, not just Nightmare Before Christmas.
The legacy and the staying power of these characters is just astonishing to me.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like there's always a new person picking up the Nightmare Before Christmas for the first time and just thinking that it's the most amazing thing they've ever seen.
Down here you can see Series 10 you're looking at with Mr. Hyde and the Corpse Mom. And then on the other side is Series 9 with the musicians and Jack with his snowmobile. Series 9 and 10 will come with some larger accessories and larger figures. I don't believe we're doing a build-a-diorama for those series. And last but not least is Star Wars. We recently acquired select assets of Gentle Giant Limited, so we're going to be distributing some of their products that they've previously developed. You can see some figures that we've shown previously that have been shown at various shows. I think most of these are up for pre-order. The Porg bookends. Everybody loves those. I love that he's standing on the lightsaber over here. And down here, for the very first time, we're showing off this Chewbacca statue. It's a 1/6 scale statue. People are showing that off for the very first time. The Luke Skywalker from The Last Jedi is another debut for the show. Yes, the Chewbacca is from Solo. Luke is from The Last Jedi.
This is the force projection. Luke, spoilers.
Yes. And then BB-8 is a 1/6 scale statue, and so is Rey from The Force Awakens.
Are these all final?
They're all prototypes. I don't think any are final. And then down below we've got, I believe, I want to say it's a shock trooper. I could be wrong about that. Executioner. All right. Oh, right. Now I'm remembering. And then someone's going to criticize me for calling it a shock trooper at some point, I'm sure. And then we've, no, don't worry about it. And then we've got the lunch boxes, the mini lunch boxes, the Tiny Tin pocket pails, which are all have classic Star Wars images on them and have little Star Wars eraser thermoses inside.
Able to do the vintage style artwork on the lunchboxes. The original lunchboxes that came out originally.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I think right now they're just going with the promotional images and photography. Maybe even some promo. Yeah, I think it's all promotional photos. Maybe some screen grabs, but no, that'd be very cool to reproduce those exactly. I don't know where the rights to that artwork is, or whether those files are even still available. Although I imagine you don't have to get too high resolution a file for a 2-inch by 1-inch lunchbox. But that would be a good idea for future waves.
So I believe that wraps us up, right?
Yeah, it definitely does.
All right, Rob, you want to take us out?
Sure. So thanks again for showing us everything, Zach. Everything looks great. You can visit DiamondSelectToys.com for more info on any of the products you see here. You can pre-order them from Comic Stop or from Previews Magazine for Figures and More and Nerds in a Bar with Zach Oat from Diamond Select Toys at Toy Fair 2019. I'm Rob Hull. Thanks for watching.